I quit Walgreens yesterday after 30 years, 4 states, and over a dozen stores. I'm not even sure what the count is. But three things happened in quick succession that were just too much for me. And the last thing made me just tell the manager I'm done, and I walked out the door. My role there was customer. My job was to trade them money for goods and services. Pretty simple transaction. And I just wanted to be treated well, and I expected to treat them well as well. So the first thing that happened is I got a new prescription from my doctor, and I called the pharmacy to make sure they had it. And the pharmacist pulled it up. She said, "Yep, I've got it." And I heard the keyboard clicking, and she's like, "Yep, I've got the pills here for you." Heard some more clicking, and she said, "Well, you can have it on Tuesday after 4 p.m. Now, it was Friday when she said that. And I said, "Well, you're there, the drugs are there, the prescription's there. Why Tuesday?" And she said, "Well, that's what the computer is making me do. There's nothing I can do." And I said, "Well, I'm 10 minutes away. I can just drive over." "I'm sorry, you can't have them till Tuesday. The system won't let me do anything differently." And I said, "Okay, well, I won't die between now and then, so okay, fine." And they were there Tuesday at 4 o'clock when they promised. And by the way, the pharmacist was very friendly and positive. She, I think, was as frustrated as I was, so it's not about her. The next thing that happened, my wife and I needed passport pictures, so we went to the Walgreens, same one, to have pictures taken. There's one girl managing the entire sales floor, including the checkout. She's all by herself. She's trying to help us get these passport pictures, which I'm not sure she was terribly familiar with. At the same time, check people out as they were coming up front. And at one point, there was some kind of problem with something. I don't know what it was, but it took a long time. And I finally asked her, "Are you by yourself in this building?" And she said, "No, there's one employee. There's some problem with the deposit, so she's trying to sort that out. There's one other person, and he's on the phone with corporate. It's just me out here." And I felt terrible for her. And this is one thing that's important. When an employee is doing the best they can with the resources the company makes available to them, I think it's important to be extra kind. Because it wasn't her fault that she was trying to be this jack of all trades. We finally got through it. We got her pictures. We go to the post office to turn in our paperwork. And right away, the woman says, "Oh, these are from Walgreens. We can't take them." I'm like, "Well, why?" And she says, "Well, they use a gray background. You have to use a white background. We've told them many times." So they retook my pictures, and she said, "You can probably get a refund." We got through that whole process, got our applications turned in. Everything's fine. So I go back to Walgreens with my receipt, with the pictures, and the credit card that I used, original receipt. Find the manager, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, that happens all the time." I'm like, "Then why don't you just make it a white background?" It's a very basic function in any phone or camera these days. Just make the background white. He's like, "Yeah, I know, but that's how it is." And I think he'd heard it so many times, he just really didn't care to repeat it again. So give him the pictures, the receipt, have my credit card. He's working on the refund, and he says, "I need to scan your driver's license." I'm like, "Why do you need to scan my driver's license? This isn't a disputed refund. You've got everything." He said, "I'm sorry, I can't move forward without scanning your driver's license." And I'm like, "You're a manager. You can override things." And he says, "Yeah, not so much. And I can't give you a refund unless I scan your driver's license." So I just wanted to get out of there by then. So I gave him my driver's license, and I said, "I'm really done here." And eventually he gave me my refund paperwork and all that. And I said, "Sir, this isn't your fault, but I quit. I'm done. You're never going to see me again." And I headed out the door. Well, what those things have in common was they're about making things convenient for corporate. They aren't about letting the employees give great customer service or make an exception when necessary, and certainly intentionally understaffing a store maximizes their profit and makes customers wait around and burn up their day for the convenience of the company. So it's really sad. Walgreens wasn't always that way, but in my opinion, it's bottom line, bottom line, bottom line. That's it. Just a little bonus content. When you pull up to the drive up to pick up your prescriptions, those poor people are still using corded telephones that they do this with to talk to you because they need both hands to type on the keyboard. Walgreens, they have headsets. They're available. You can get them for them. It would make their quality of life better and maybe make them slightly more efficient, which I'm sure you're all about. We've now switched over to a local family owned pharmacy where they treat people like people. The people in the store can make decisions and take care of customers. I think we'll be much better off. So, Walgreens, 30 years and done. Signing off.